Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your November 2019 Love Life reading. This will be a reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. And this will be your November monthly reading, and I will only be focusing on love life for this month. Your mid-month check-in will come soon after, and it will have your general and a love life check-in, okay, for your mid-month of November. But for now, let's just focus on your love life for November 2019, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. I want to thank you guys so much for being understanding and supportive as I was moving. I'm still getting settled in at my new place, but here come your readings. So I just want to let you guys know that I've meditated, I've cleansed and cleared this whole area. I did light these candles here for you guys, and I really want to talk to you guys about that because there's one that's super high flame. I mean, taller than the other one, but it's almost as though the flame is for both. So I want you to look at those flames. And the way I interpret it is that I feel that for those of you that are in a partnership or wanting to be in a partnership, there is one person that's obviously making more effort than the other. There is one person that's about a little bit more lax, and saying a little bit is, putting it mildly. But they're both pointing in different directions, even though originally they weren't when I first lit them. I had to relight this. It had gone out. So there may be some couples here or, dating partnerships, friendships, whatever it may be, that are in your environment, within your energy, that may be affecting you, where one of you feels drained, ready to give up. And it's almost as though they're not sure what keeps them going anymore. And perhaps it's your light, it's your flame that's just keeping it going. And that was a yes. You saw the flame. That was a yes. You're what's keeping them going. But you can't do the work for other people. They want to have to do it themselves. So if you have a partner who's going through some health problems, some depression, lost their job, feeling, low about themselves, low self-worth, it comes out in, it can be like verbal abuse. I'm not necessarily feeling physical abuse, but, abuse is still abuse. Drinking, gambling, drugs, it's their way of numbing the situation. And so you may have a lot of conflict right now because this is really that person's issues and health and problems that they need to help with, right? And as much as you want to help them and as much as you want to be there, and you probably have been there for them, their mind, their energy, although however low that flame may be, is pointing in a different direction because they're lost. This isn't for everyone. Remember that this is a general reading. Take what resonates. This could be vice versa, Aries. Could be someone who's trying to keep you afloat. Mind you, I lit them at the same time. So one of you is obviously burning the candle at both ends. One of you is putting much more effort. And what happens when one flame burns faster than the other? Well, it burns out a whole lot quicker. So don't drain yourself trying to help someone. You can be there for them. You can help them, but not at your own expense. So that was a very important message for someone. I just wanted to point that out because I do feel that you're at a point where you're like, I'm not going to give up on you. I'm not going to give up on this. I'm not going to, why, maybe you feel like they're your soulmate. But there is deception here. The deception could be self-deception, that you think, if only they let me help them, if only they let me heal them, if only, I could get them to AA meetings, if only I can quit them to to stop gambling, if only I can get them to, stop getting high, smoking, whatever it might be, whatever addictive behavior they may have. And sometimes that addictive behavior doesn't have to be in the form of an addiction, but negative self-talk. So some of you need to free yourself from that situation. Others of you, I feel it's more freeing yourself from the mentality of, I can fix them, I can fix this, I can, you know, save him, save her, save this relationship. Maybe I can convince them to get help, get their life together, get them a job, get them, you know, feeling better about themselves. So please keep that in mind. Although you can be supportive and loving and caring, you can't do the work for someone else that they should have to be doing, right? So for some of you, this is worth waiting for. You know that they need to get it together, and you're okay with the waiting game. You're okay with, let me watch them get their life back in order so that we can pick up where we left off. So I had to start off with that message because I felt that it was a very important message for somebody here. And if it's not your message, we've got more messages coming up. So please stick around. Remember, this is a general reading and not all messages will resonate with everyone. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and never force the message to apply. So we're going to pull overall love life energies for the month of November 2019. And then we'll see where Spirit takes me. Pull some extra oracles and then clarify a few cards for singles and a few cards for couples with the overall message. So let's get to it. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign for the month of November 2019. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Like I said, for some of you, maybe have someone that's, you know, lost their job, or maybe they've, you know, I'm also getting the sense of someone with depression and perhaps even, you know, bipolar or manic, where they go through this phase of being super happy and playful, and then they're like, that same day they get paid, that whole weekend they blow their check, and it's like, oh, I what are we gonna do about the car payment? What are we gonna do about the rent? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do that? And then you struggle and you have to pull them out of this. Some of you may be going through that. Others of you have a codependent ex that you need to release. The time has come to clear your energy from this ex. They may still be dependent on you financially. You may still be hooking up from time to time, but it's not a relationship in terms of you're back together with them. That's not the energy I feel from here. Others of you, I feel as though if you are going from current partner to ex, I feel as though that if you in your current relationship are going through financial and career struggles, right? I mean, it's awful to lose a job, and then it makes you feel horrible about yourself, and, you know, trying to figure out how to get another job, and, you know, hopefully not lose the house, the car, how do I feed my kids, that type of thing. Some of you may be escaping to the ex for some playfulness to help avoid the issues going on in the home. In which case it is time for you to release your ex, deal with the issue at hand, and move forward together. I'm introducing 2 new decks for the November readings. The Tarot of the Night and the Tarot Grand Lux for clarifiers. So let's get to it. Aries, I'm feeling that there's a lot of, you know, heavy energies for you. Knight of Cups. So for some of you, most definitely, Queen of Swords. For some of you, most definitely, that ex is who you're, you know, spending some playful time with, that you go back and forth. There's a few different messages I am getting here. But yeah, see, it causes conflict. Let me get a better picture here for you guys. 5 of Swords. Eight of Cups, knowing that you need to release your ex and walk away from them. I mean, it's no coincidence that it landed underneath the release your ex card. 4 of Cups in reverse. too many cards, but I will take this Seven of Pentacles. The others, Nine of Wands and Five of Wands. Again, with the conflict, tired of fighting. After all the work you've put into this connection or relationship is what I'm hearing. King of Cups. You may be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Ace of Cups. So if you are dealing with a water sign, you do have a lot of love for them. You want to start over again. You want to be able to clear, you know, the drama, the toxicity, the negative energy from the past and start over again, you know, but how can you? Nine of Swords. You're consistently worried about them, and because you're worried about them and what they're doing, the Chariot makes you want to move forward, right? Move forward in a way, and it's like, how can we, why is it that we can't move forward together? What's the holdup? Well, their own issues, their own drama, that's the holdup. And I don't want to really say drama, but it's, I'm masking their issues or problems or whatever it is that they need to deal with. And I'm just saying it as drama because for you, it may be feeling like, oh my God, you've got way too much shit going on. How can we thrive in this relationship when you're not even thriving on your own? You know, and so if you are dealing with a water sign, there's a lot of emotional energies that can be quite heavy, especially that we're in Scorpio season right now. It's like this energy of deep darkness, and I feel that some of you are starting to discover just how dark that person can be on the inside with themselves, because I don't feel that they're being that way with you, but I feel that you have discovered their level of disdain, of pain, negative self-talk, feelings of unworthiness. They've been through so much, that Nine of Swords energy. They're going through it tenfold. And so you're feeling everything that they're going through. And it's what ultimately is going to, you know, be the traumatic experience and energy between the both of you. Because see, this person may have already gone through this type of trauma, and it feels as though it's been through, I want to say, from teenage to adulthood. They've had some very dark times, some very deep trauma that has happened that they have not been able to release themselves from. They feel like they've given up on themselves. Why haven't you? They may even come at you like, you're stupid for believing in me. And no, you're not stupid. You just really want to help them, and you just really want to save them. They don't see that because they're not at that level mentally and emotionally. I almost feel as though they want you to walk away. They're doing something to push you away. But then you keep feeding into trying to pull them out of that hole. And so you feel like, we can do this. We can get out of this. It's a constant up and down with this person. And so many of you are feeling it. Some of you have walked away, but there's emotional, mental, physical, financial codependency here. You may have shared finances. You might just, you know, they might just reach out because they're having a really tough time. Meet me for dinner, meet me for coffee, please. I'm like going through some really tough shit, and you're the only one that I can go to right now, and I know we're not together anymore. And then you feel sorry for them. You feel bad for them, and you want to help them. You know, at the same time, you need to save yourself from going down that dark hole, that, you know, that rabbit hole of theirs, and pull yourself out. You may not be able to pull them out with yourself. You can certainly try as much as you've been wanting to. But I feel that the pull here is them pulling you at their level. rather than them being at your level, because I feel like they almost don't feel like they can match you there. But if they bring you down to their level of darkness and deep depression, then maybe you won't realize it. That's what I'm hearing. And this is just someone who needs help. For those of you that may be dealing with some, some situation like this, I'm not trying to put anyone down, but this person definitely has gone through so much. I feel like you think, or you feel that you can just love them back to life. And you can love them and you can be there for them, but don't get pulled into that darkness. Because at the end of all of that, you'll need to stop to save yourself in the process of trying to save them. I hope that makes sense for someone. But let me clarify a couple things here. What's with the release your ex card? Yeah, see, you're already involved with someone, but then you go back and forth, kill time. Some of you, this is your ex that you're still indulging with, and you get sucked back in. You're not together, but you may still be hooking up or sleeping together or being there for them emotionally, physically, financially. If you notice that you feel completely drained and exhausted mentally, emotionally, physically, that's their energy sucking you down. Literally sucking, bringing you down. They may also not be the person that you've built them up to be. And I don't want to say that I'm not feeling the sense that they've lied to you. They've become this false person, although for some of you, it sure has been like that. They've lied about who they are, what they can bring to the table, how stable they are. I really feel like with the deception card that came out in the beginning, it's like self-deception. You may have built them up to be more than what they've shown themselves to me, because you saw their abilities and what they're capable of, and that given a chance, this person can do great things. This person can be amazing. I'll be that person that can help them get out. They've already shown you who they really are. You're choosing to see otherwise. And this is exactly the feeling that I'm getting. This may be an Aries female dealing with, someone who's just in this dark state of despair, right? Or if you're the Aries male dealing with a female who's just in this dark, deep depression and state of despair that you're just entertaining a little too much. If it hasn't worn you down to your absolute lowest, that's the road. That's where it's headed. I'm just the messenger. I'm forewarning you. Obviously, these energies can change because you have the ability to change them. Let me have some energy oracles. What do Aries need to know? Aries, or perhaps their cross watcher, whoever may be needing to hear these messages. The energy for the month of November. Right now, you need to call on to your angel of strength. This is a very tough time for some of you going through this, because it's a very toxic, unhealthy, codependent attachment relationship, going back and forth, going through the cycles. Not only does that person who's going through all of this need help and strength, but you being there for them also needs that. Yeah, they're causing anxiety. That's how they end up leaving you feeling. You think that you're just going to love them back to life and bring them out of whatever, emotional despair they're going through, emotional mental breakdown they're going through. And, they leave you depleted and anxious. Look at that. Financial constraints. You have a theme here. This is about money. You may have been bailing out an ex financially, or they have with you, and maybe you owe them money and you're just like, I can't even pay back what I owe them, and here I am asking them for more. And before I clarify for singles and couples, I am going to pull Power of Surrender cards. Power of Surrender cards for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs and their cross watchers if they need to hear an important message, please. What do they need to surrender, let go of, or what do they need to surrender to? The energy. Surrender, denial. It's an overwhelming message here. I know that you're rationalizing the whole situation, that you can help them and you can, be the healing, the love, the help financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. You can be all of it for them. But they need to want to do it themselves. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. Aries, I'm sorry. Or your cross watcher, if you're cross watching for an Aries in this energy. But it's all the same message no matter what, right? And how did we start off this reading when I talked to you about the candle? And so this little flame is now catching up, and they get that wind of energy that, okay, you've built me up. I feel good. And so then you feel like, okay, it's helping. I can help them. Yeah, I can do this. We can be better. But then all of a sudden, one little thing goes wrong and they're down about themselves again. Surrender to your attachments to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen. Then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Now, as I see the candles, this one's catching up to that one and burning faster. So, be careful when overextending yourself, okay? This card flew out. Surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. So for those of you, you may be cross-watching, or you may be the Aries, going through this, where you finally feel that surge of energy because somebody helped you, somebody was there for you. Now is not the time to just sit in that energy. Now is the time to break free from procrastination and do what you need to do about it. Change your life around. Seek help, assistance, whether it's, financially, emotionally, medically. Like some of you may have health issues. Surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. Okay, now let me pull some cards for the singles and some cards for the couples. Aries, straight up singles. This is Aries that are not dealing with anyone. Aries. That was the Emperor card that flipped over, which is your card. Oh, dear God. And the Devil card. And the Devil card on this deck is like absolutely creepy and terrifying. Okay, here we go. Aries, straight up singles. That was the Hermit card. Give me a sec. Aries, straight up singles for November 2019. What is the message for Aries? Okay, Queen of Swords, which is right here. That's twice. Judgment. Page of Cups. The World card. Definitely things are coming to an end. Three of Pentacles, Three of Coins. So you may be taking on the energy of the Queen of Swords, or someone is coming at you like the Queen of Swords energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. There's a judgment call that needs to be made about what is worth resuscitating, what is worth saving, and what is worth just clearing out and getting rid of it. So for some, it may be an offer of love in terms of an offer of love to yourself, knowing when to forgive yourself for depleting yourself, helping someone, and starting over. And, you know, I feel the need that some of you have these ideas of how you want to live your life, and at the same time you want to apologize to the ex or whoever this person may have been and say, you know what, I just can't do this anymore, even though you're not together, but yet you feel the need to apologize. It's a codependency issue that needs to come to an end. With that World card, it is about, you know, breaking free and graduating to the next level of your life. The work needs to come from within. You need to do the work for yourself before you can work on someone else. And ask yourself why. Why the need to work on someone else? If you feel that attachment to the point that you need to help someone else before helping yourself, ask yourself why. And go on from there. Aries couples, November 2019. Let's clarify this, please. If you are dealing with this crazy energy from the beginning. Aries couples, please. What did I tell you? I didn't want to take this card. Spirit says no. They need to know. Heartache, heartbreak, tied and bound. Now, if that does not say depleted by your toxicity, by your negativity, by all the toxic behavior and action, I don't know what does. Aries couples, this is a very important message for you because it has repeated itself through the entire reading. You feel tied and bound. You feel a responsibility to help them. You're just, how do I get through this? But this is how you are left. You're busy fighting those demons that belong to the other person. But if you haven't realized it yet, Aries, that's also your demon. The need to want to help someone else. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I have that same energy where I want to help the world if I could. That's why I do this. But at what cost? At what expense? You can't do the work for them. You can't fight someone else's demons. Maybe you can back them up and support them and be like, you're not doing this alone. I'm here for you. That is how things need to be approached so that you don't deplete yourself of that toxicity. Tower. Again, some of you may be dealing with a water sign, or this tower moment is about to happen. Scorpio season, that is the card of Scorpio. There needs to be a sense of balance. Balance within themselves, within the relationship, within yourself. Again, you may be dealing with someone that has, you know, very vicious ups and downs, bipolar, manic, major highs and lows, and you don't know when it's going to hit you. But at the very end, the end goal should be about your happily ever after. You need to be ready to answer those questions of how can I find my happily ever after? What steps do I need to take to make that happen? Because when the dust settles and you've realized, wow, okay, this is going to be crazy, but someone's talking exorcism here. You really feel like their negative behavior, their toxicity, like somebody put a curse on them. Someone here feels as though there's been a curse put on them. You need a cleansing, a healing, an exorcism. Like someone did witchcraft on them. Someone did some dark black magic. You may be paying someone to help them break free. At this point, Aries, you're like, whatever it takes, I don't care, because you feel Three of Swords. If it means we need to go through a cleansing, a healing, if we need to go to a voodoo witch doctor, if we need to get an exorcism done, I'm hearing that. Like, breaking from these, from whatever black magic, I feel like someone just feels cursed. How can my life be consistently breaking down and breaking free every time that I feel like I've got my balance and I find happiness, shit just hits the fan all over again? Tell me about the black magic situation here. Too many cards. If someone's dealing with black magic, Archangel Michael, come assist with clarifying the situation. Someone definitely feels like there's a voodoo doll of them out there somewhere. Like someone is purposely doing that to them. Like someone has cursed them the absolute worst. And again, these cards came out. That's the Hermit and the Four of Cups. Every time you try to go within and try to figure out why is my life in such shambles? Whether you or them, they already know why it's like that. There's a situation that they can recall. They're choosing not to. They've blacked it out. Or perhaps the other thing I hear as well is you had something to do with it as well. And it backfired on you. Not all Aries. This sounds like just a handful. The Tower card at the bottom of the deck again. If some of you felt like maybe if I, did some sort of magic to try to help this partnership to continue going, to thrive, to help them break free from whatever issues, negativity, toxicity, whatever it was that was not helping them get away, and then you feel like, damn, this shit backfired on me. You may have gone to someone to help you with this that wasn't for, either you tried it and you didn't really know what you were doing and it kind of bit you in the ass. It's like you shot your own foot. Or you went to someone without vetting them. Because I feel like you're saying, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it could have been you and a mother figure. I feel like there's more than one person who has a hand in this. You sought the advice, the help in someone else. I'm just going to say this one time. Be careful who you entrust with magic. It's not to be taken lightly. So Aries, this has been quite the tumultuous reading for the month of November. Please be careful. Please be safe. Heal yourself. Love yourself. If you need to get a cleansing, a clearing, cutting cords, reversal, now comes the hard part. I wish you all the best, Aries. I will have your mid-month check-in with your general life and love life check-in, and hopefully this will not be continuing the rest of the month. Okay, Aries? I wish you all the best. I send you healing and love and light, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.